Hey, this is Scott from Free Play Florida. This is day 3. It's been a wild ride, but it's been a lot of fun. So sitting here after we just closed out the entire thing, we've had a wild weekend. I'm here with Walter Day and also Billy Mitchell, and we're going to talk to them about what they thought of Free Play Florida and what they have coming up. So it's good to see you guys. Thanks for coming to Free Play Florida this year.
All right, well, Free Play Florida is one of our favorite destinations on the annual calendar, because sometimes it's even hard to put our finger on what it is about the show that makes it so special to us, because we go to a lot of different shows, and we've been to a lot of different shows, and this show is easily one of our all-time favorite shows.
There's a certain amount of positive energy that comes here. There's never a grouchy person on staff. Maybe they're organized better.
Yeah.
Maybe they're better friends. They just work together better. But all of that leads to an atmosphere. I didn't hear a negative word the whole time, not only from the staff, but from anybody in general.
And also what Billy's saying is that that applies to the people too. There's just no negativity there. It's a positive thing. The games are great, and there were some very rare games, very uncommon, hard to find games here too. So that was a fun experience for the people who are really into the history side and the collectible side, and for just the fun experience of gaming. A lot of games. There were no big lines in front of the games because there were so many games here that everybody had a chance to play something a lot.
Actually, the longest line was at the popcorn machine.
The longest line was at the Billy Mitchell popcorn machine. So Billy Mitchell has established themselves as the popcorn icon of the classic retro gaming world, because
that's Popcorn.
Popcorn, exactly. Popcorn. He's the king of popcorn. So essentially, it's a wonderful event, and they confided to me. I don't know. It's not a real secret. They'll announce this, but they told me ahead of time that, as far as they could tell, that it was about a 35% increase in the head count of the people who came to this event. So this event is a very prosperous, thriving event that its reputation is preceding itself to such a big degree that people are coming from way out of the region to make this one of their important destinations for the gaming season here.
And they also you mentioned there's some new game or some old games or very rare games. Did you see the Marble Madness 2 game?
Oh yeah, Marble Man.
Marble Man.
So I think that there's only 2 in existence, they explained to me. And this one actually that's here is one of those 2. And this one that's actually here, I think it's valued at about $30,000 or $40,000 at least.
Yeah.
And essentially, they also explained to me that it's a more true to the original model than the other one. In other words, when they built this one with all the parts and all the schematics and all the ROMs and everything, they built this to the true nature and the original design that was intended for Marble Man when it was on the drawing boards, like almost 40 years ago. Whereas the other one is not quite true to the old, schematics or blueprints or whatever. So this is like the most real Marble Man of the 2, and they're very proud of that. And it's quite a highlight of the show because it is so rare and uncommon, and a great score for this event to have as one of the games on the floor.
Yeah, it was really nice to see it. It's basically a 3-player game where you race down with your marble and you try and get to the bottom the fastest. So it definitely falls. It was definitely a fun game to play. Hard.
Oh, very hard. I mean, I couldn't do that in a million years. I can't control that kind of refined, gameplay and everything like that. Just too hard for me. But of course, the younger people with their fast reaction time and their eye-hand coordination, they're so much better at it than I am.
So what do you have coming up, Billy? Is there any events that you're going to be doing? And I know you've been dabbling in movies recently. I mean, everyone knows you from a few movies, King of Kong, right? Pocket Full of Quarters, a few other ones, right? But you might be not Billy Mitchell in the next, because you've always played yourself, because you are who can play Billy better, but you're going to be playing, I think Colt is the person's name in some movie. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, the movie's called The Fiddling Horse, and of course I haven't seen it, just like any of the other ones I've been in. But the fact is, it's currently on tour where they go to film festivals, and I'm told that it keeps winning awards. And that's really neat. And I play a minor role, I think, of the different people. I think I'm the 7th on the list. And so it's a minor role, but it's the first time I played somebody completely not myself.
Okay.
And I guess my character and mannerism, he told me, he says, I wrote this part with you in mind.
Yeah.
So he was a nice guy, so we came to an agreement. But there's something else on the horizon for next year where I don't play me again.
Okay.
I play a real guy.
Okay.
And that one I'm actually the star of the movie.
Okay.
So, and that one was supposed to start filming at the end of this year, but it got pushed into next year. And I actually don't know a lot about it, except I dabbled with the script and I went over a few things with them, and they were ridiculously happy. So it looks like it'll be an opportunity that so we'll see.
Okay, so we will see with that, and so that's where you are with movies, and just so the people out there can perhaps recognize Walter, you were sort of in movies in a way. They've turned you into a cartoon or a CGI character in a few movies. Can you tell me a little bit about what it feels like to be immortalized in some popular culture in the movies like that?
Well, Disney's Wreck-It Ralph created what they call a tribute character that commemorates and honors my long involvement with the video game industry. So Mr. Litwack, the arcade owner in Wreck-It Ralph, is based on my image and based on me. So I was very honored by that. It came as a complete surprise. I didn't expect it. They didn't announce it. They didn't ask me. They just went and did it. And so just an interesting development that I feel honored by it. And little kids come up wide-eyed and on occasion want to get Mr. Litwack's autograph. So I autograph Walter, Mr. Litwack Day. So that's a very fun experience, playing to the kids and giving them this little gift.
Now, Billy's also been immortalized in a certain movie too, and I wanted to get your take on it. So don't kill me, but the movie Pixels, Peter Dinklage played I would say a Billy Mitchell-esque version of you, who was
Billy Mitchell wannabe?
Wannabe, yes.
Gotcha.
Nobody can be Billy Mitchell, okay? All the acting in the world cannot do that, I can promise you, firsthand experience. But yeah, what was it like to see that character? How did you feel when you saw him up on the screen?
Well, I actually didn't see the movie.
You haven't seen the movie? Okay.
No, I haven't, but I do know all about it. And as an actor, you can't say enough about him.
Mm-hmm.
He's a great actor. His stock is certainly on the rise.
Yes.
And so I don't think he was intended to be the star of the movie, but he came out as the star.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have a negative thing to say about that at all.
Yeah.
I just sort of roll with it.
Yeah.
I just laugh with it, like Walter says.
Yeah.
We don't always know what's coming. Sometimes we do,
Yeah.
but we don't always know what's coming, and sometimes we don't always care. We just
Yeah.
roll with it and keep having fun.
Well-
but Peter Dinklage is... There's different people who would represent you in a movie that you would consider you'd be honored by.
Yeah.
Some you'd be offended by.
Right. He's a
No.
hell of an actor.
No, he is.
Yeah.
And he's, again, his stock's on the rise, and there's nothing he does that isn't good.
Right.
And you can find comfort in that.
What's it saying? The highest part of when you're...
Flattery.
Yeah, flattery, yeah. It's very flattering to have been impersonated by
Yeah,
somebody.
well, they say
so-
imitation is the best
Right.
form of flattery.
Yes, that's it. The highest form of flattery.
You know,
so.
I have people ask me, what do you think of him? I said, well, he comes up a little short, that's all. That's all
That was a good one. I like
That's
that.
good, Billy.
So where can we see you guys next? How do we find out what you guys are doing? Follow you on Facebook, or because I know you're on Twitch all the time, Billy.
We love shows like this. In fact, one thing I should point out about the show is that it had a huge percentage of families with young kids. So the devotion to our arcade legacy is getting transferred and passed on to the younger generation, and the younger generation is embracing it and loving it, and encouraging their parents to come to these shows. So we see that as a trend, especially at this show. This show is very heavy, family-based, family-oriented, lots and lots of families and young kids, and we see it at other shows too. So it's an interesting phenomenon of how multi-generations are embracing the gaming legacy of the old Koh-i-Nup from the earliest days right up to the present gaming. So we like to go to a lot of shows like this. And
Well, like, for example, we were at the Donkey Kong machine, and a kid came up and he played it. He had a lot of fun. He enjoyed it. He was being a little cocky kid. It was great. He stepped back and his father stepped to the machine and Donkey Kong and absolutely put the screws to the little guy. And that's not what the kid's used to.
Yeah.
And so all of us of our generation were laughing and shaking the dad's hand, and the little kid was a little stunned because adults don't beat kids at video games. They do here.
They do here. Yeah, we've had a little more experience, a little more time on the old joystick. So, just to say, do you have anything that's coming up that we should know about, or I guess follow you on Facebook, right?
Well, I think the third weekend in January we're in Bloomington Normal for a Comic-Con there. Probably the second or third weekend in March we're probably in Banning.
California.
And I'm lost. You talk.
April, I believe that we'll be at the Midwest Gaming Classic. May, Billy and I will probably be doing something in Baltimore, and possibly something in California, maybe.
You mentioned Connecticut before.
And also we'll be doing a big one in Connecticut, and I think that just about now they're going to announce the dates of that. In Hartford, there's going to be a big, I think it's called Retro Game World Expo, something like that. And we'll be going there for the first time.
Okay.
A lot of times we hope to do something, but there's scheduling.
Yeah.
There's conflicts.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't go somewhere that we'd like to, but there's a schedule conflict. I know one that we really like, one of our most favorite one is the Southern Fried Gaming Expo.
That's
Okay.
in Atlanta.
And that'll be second weekend in July, I believe.
Okay. And also, we can look to your Facebook. No, Billy is on Twitch a lot now. You're a partner with them, so you are streaming all of your scores now, so that everyone can see.
It's kind of fun. We're here, we're playing, people come up and they say, "Hi, I'm Jedi." I think, boy, this guy's seen too much Star Wars. And he goes, "I'm Jedi on Twitch." I go, "Oh yeah, you. Hey, how you doing?" And so you meet some of the people you never meet.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of cool. It's a lot of fun. And one of the things that we struggle with here is probably the least important thing we do when we come to an event is actually play a game. I mean, we don't need to. We interact with people. We have other activities that we're pushing and promoting.
Yes.
So, but then again, people want to see you play.
Yeah.
So we do struggle with that, but it's kind of neat that now we thought, well, if I sit there and play and have empty chairs next to us, the people who come up to watch, no, have them sit, have them talk to you while you play.
Yes.
Trying to combine the interaction. It's actually a struggle.
Yes.
Only one person, one body, and so much time.
Yes.
So
Now,
let's see. Last night I was here till about 2 a.m.
Yeah.
So you can see
And
the
that's
struggle.
Yes.
And that's me. He's not going to do that.
Yes.
Nope. My gameplay, because his game, see, he's like Tom Brady. He's like Tom Brady of the Patriots. Even though he's older than a lot of the other generation of players, he's still at the top of his elite form. He's an elite gamer.
Yeah.
So he still has a lot of energy and firepower to actually come here and put up war record scores, even till 2 in the morning. Me, I'm completely over the hill. I'm going to try and go to bed at 10 or 11, which I don't accomplish, but I just should be. But when I made the tour of the room before the day was over today, I did play one game of Centipede, a Tolkien game of Centipede.
I was on film, by the way. They took a photo saying, this is Walter Day taking a moment out to have a little bit of fun.
That's it. And I played one game of Centipede. I played 2 games of Mousetrap. I played 1 game of Tutankhamun. And I looked for a Wizard of War, and I can't remember I didn't find a Wizard of War.
Yeah, there is one.
Well, the thing is, one thing he and I always do is we always go to a show. We always try to play a game of Tutankhamun. Just because it's fun. Neither one of us take it serious. It's short. And we both play Wizard of War.
Yeah.
We didn't do that at all this time.
No, we didn't do this at all.
No.
We usually have a chance to go do a doubles together on one of those games, either on Tutankhamun or either on, especially Wizard of War. And sometimes we get pretty good at Wizard of War because we worked together so long. But that didn't happen this time because just the dynamics of the show. The show was.
It was busy. This year, they had a larger attendance. They had more arcade cabinets. They had more pinball machines. Overall, in higher attendance. So every year it gets better. So
yeah, they had to open that extra room for the pinballs.
Yeah. Yep. And we had a pinball tournament, and same guy won 3 years in a row. He did pretty good. Eric Stone was the winner of that. So we want to congratulate him on having that big pinball win. He's a meteorologist in Tampa, and so he's going to. I heard he's going to get a trading card too. So.
Everybody's blown away by the meteorologist.
They are. Yeah, lightning struck 3 times. Can you believe it?
Pretty amazing.
So he's the reigning champion.
That's so amazing.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much. Thanks for coming over to Free Play. And these are best of friends here. These guys have known each other since. For how long is it now?
2.
For 2 decades?
Too long.
Too long. Okay.
It's getting
82.
towards. It's getting towards. It was 37 past 37 years.
Past 37 years. Wow. Okay, well, make sure to save that Time magazine because that's definitely marks the anniversary of when you guys.
Somebody
got
brought
to get
one in
together.
here, and it's still in the plastic for us to sign.
Yeah. So, do you own a copy of the Life magazine?
No, I do not have that copy.
You
No.
should go online and buy one. It's interesting. Sometimes people find them for only $9 each. Other times people have paid $45 each. So it's a very popular item amongst video game players to buy and then make the rounds and try and get as many of the people in the photograph to autograph the photograph. So no one's got too far, and I think maybe there's a couple issues out there that have as many as 5 different people having autographed it. But a lot of the people who are in that photograph, they sort of, in a sense, abandoned their video game roots and went off to be plumbers, and
A couple of them passed away.
a couple of them passed away now. But essentially, just because they were champions at that time doesn't mean that they're going to be die-hard video game fanatics for the rest of their life. They went off and had families and did a lot of stuff and do not even reconnect with their video game roots anymore. So it's very hard, in other words, for people who get that Life magazine spread to make the round and get everybody to sign it because it's hard to track some of the people.
They made
down.
their mark in the gaming world before the days of social media, Facebook. So if they made their mark today, you could probably find them forever. You can't find people necessarily back in 1982.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It's like back then when you went to high school and you graduated and you left.
Yeah, you didn't see anyone ever again. So
Right.
I have one final question. This one's for Walter. Walter, first of all, I want to say that you are the glue that keeps everyone together and make sure that this community is united in the form of your historical documents, in the form of your trading cards. And so this year, you at Free Play Florida, you did present many of the cards for some brand new recipients who deservingly are being recognized for their contribution into the video game and arcade world. So I just want to say thank you very much for that, because let me shake your hand on that one, because
Thank you.
because that's an achievement in itself. Can you tell the people a little bit more about that?
Well, Billy and I put our minds together and we think, where should we take the trading card set next? Who should be honored? What kind of events should be immortalized? Which kind of incredible accomplishments from the past should be commemorated and documented? And that really is the spirit of the trading cards. The trading cards are attempting to honor all these little bits of history and all these people who played a role in history who otherwise would be overlooked by the history books. So we're kind of like filling in the spaces, because we know that the life of Nolan Bushnell will be written up, but there's thousands of other people who contributed just as sincerely from the heart, with all their energy and their dynamism and their intelligence and their creativity and their money and their time, and made this culture, popular culture, become what it is, and they should be recognized for that. And that's what the trading cards do. They honor this amazing, amazing community and culture. So we were honored to honor these people, and we look forward to the next round of honorees to be recognized in trading cards too, because there's a lot more people to come.
Well, thank you very much for being here. We're at the Free Play Florida, and we're closing it out with both Walter Day and Billy Mitchell saying sayonara to another year, 2019 of Free Play Florida. Thanks again, guys.
Game over.
Thank you.